What's up gamers, my name is Pattycake and welcome to my guide. Today we're going to be looking at the blast furnace, which is some of the best smithing experience in the game and is very accessible to early game players as well. Don't forget to like the video, subscribe if you're new to the channel, and let's dive right on into it. For all these, I like to go over the who, what, where, when, and why. Who? Mains, early game players, Iron Man, it's great for everybody. It's almost essential for Iron Man, actually. What is it? It's a smithing minigame where you use a blast furnace to make bars very quickly. Where? The great city of Keldegrim. And why should you be doing the blast furnace? It is the best experience in the game, and also if you aren't focused on getting the top experience rates, you can use this to get moderate to decent experience rates and make up to 1 mil per hour in GP. So there's only one hard requirement, and that is starting the Giant Dwarf quest to get into Keldegrim to actually physically access the blast furnace. I do suggest you finish the quest. You might as well. You're going to be doing a decent chunk of it to get into the city anyways. Just finish it up. There is also a 60 smithing soft requirement that I hesitate to even put in here. Not super necessary. You can use it without 60 smithing. You just need to pay 15k an hour, which you're already going to be paying 72k an hour to use the blast furnace. This isn't really too much on top of that, and you should be able to get to 60 smithing rather quickly by using the blast furnace itself. Getting there is super simple. There's two main ways. There's really only one main way, but if you are somewhere weird in the game and somehow cannot get to the Grand Exchange, come down here to your grouping for minigames. Just come down in this blast furnace and you can teleport straight there, or you can teleport to the Grand Exchange. You're just gonna run west over, like northwest, and then there's this trap door. Just click travel on the trap door, and it should bring you right into Keldegrim on these minecarts. Once you get off your minecart, you're gonna run northeast into this building right here. Oh, you guys running around. But yeah, just go through both of these doors and then climb down these stairs and you will be in the blast furnace. First things first, you're going to want to get yourself to a blast furnace world. Come down here to your world switcher and you'll see ones that say blast furnace next to them. These high 490s are decent for me since these are East Coast US worlds. If you do want better ping, it's not really super necessary for blast furnace. You can find one in your home country that says blast furnace next to it. The reason for this is that Jagex made these great NPCs like Pumpy and Numpty that work the blast furnace for you. Traditionally, players had to do this, and then you had to like find a team that would agree to do it for you and pay them hourly to work the blast furnace for you. They cut that out. This is way easier. NPCs just do it for you, and it costs like 72 to 76k an hour, which you fund by coming over here to the coffer on this box right here, conveniently placed, and you just put your GP into this coffer, and it should just automatically withdraw. In the upper left-hand corner here, you see the interface, and it will have the amount of time that you have left with the amount of GP that you have in the coffer. I do recommend putting a bunch in there, just can let it tick down over time, not have to worry about it, and you can take it out whenever you feel like it. So the basic premise of the blast furnace is that you are running ores from the bank chest here and depositing them into the conveyor belt. You can do single ores like iron, gold, silver, and you can do combinations which require coal like mithril, adamant, and runite. The other big benefit, other than the speed of creation, which is fairly instant, which it creates an entire inventory of bars for you, is that it does take half as much coal as normal to create those other combination bars. So here are some things that I recommend you do have for running the blast furnace. You're going to want your best weight reduction clothing. Graceful is going to be your bread and butter here. And then you're also going to want ice gloves. Ice gloves are really important because when your bars come out of the machine here, they're going to be very hot, and you either need to use ice gloves, which are very convenient, or you will need to use a bucket of water on them, which sacrifices one inventory space, and it's just really tedious to have to continuously do this. If you are not some weird Snowflake account, definitely use ice gloves for this. Otherwise, if you are playing a Snowflake account, you can use the bucket here and fill it up each time on your run. It's gonna greatly lower your EXP per hour and your GP per hour, but sometimes you gotta do what you gotta do. If you are smithing gold, You are going to want the Goldsmith Gauntlets. It's not worth doing otherwise. These will greatly increase your experience per hour. And then I also, if you can afford it, get the Ring of Endurance. It's going to greatly help you use less stamina pots in here. It is expensive, but it will be less expensive over time because it is going to be saving you a lot of time and money on staminas. If you are going to be doing anything with coal, it's almost a hard requirement to have a coal bag. You don't necessarily need one to technically do it, but this is going to double the amount of experience or money that you get from this, just because it is an entire inventory of coal on top of it. So every time you're running back to the machine, you're bringing a whole extra inventory of coal with you. If you are going to be doing steel, mithril, adamant, or rune, it is 100% not worth doing without the coal bag. Go to MLM. I know it sucks, but you are going to need to get this coal bag. Next, I will briefly show you how to play the actual minigame. Super simple. I'll show you a gold setup, and then I'll show you a normal bar setup. So for gold, you are going to want your Goldsmith Gauntlets, and I'm currently wearing my ice gloves. So you just put your quantity down here in your bank to all, and then position your screen so you can click the conveyor belt from here. Just click on the conveyor belt. Your dude will run over there. You do want your Goldsmith gloves equipped for this part. You'll deposit this, and then click on this side of the bar dispenser. You'll get your EXP drop, in which case, after you get the EXP drop, you can equip your ice gloves, click the bar dispenser, click your space bar, your inventory will fill, equip your gold gloves again, come to your bank, deposit all, withdraw all, rinse, repeat over and over again. Keep an eye on your run energy here. When your run energy does get low, find your staminas in your bank, drink one, refill, rinse, repeat. It's a good idea to keep your staminas very close to where you keep your bars, so you can just do this very quickly and don't have to go searching and find everything. So for doing standard bars, basically the same thing, but you're going to be using coal and your regular ore. So what you're going to want to do is shift click, fill your coal bag from the bank. Super easy to get that. Then click on your standard ore, and then you're going to come to the blast furnace. What's important is that you already have coal loaded in there, especially for iron like I am doing. I did a run before. As you can see, there are 35 coal already loaded in here. If you do not preload the coal, you will be making iron bars instead of steel. So all you do is put the ore on the conveyor belt, shift click your coal bag again, and then click the conveyor belt again to put your coal in. So as you can see, I made the steel bars, but I also preloaded the coal for the next run, so it can keep going over and over and over again. There is a maximum efficiency method for each one of the different bar types. I will switch over to the wiki just here in a second, but it deals with minimizing the amount of time you're running back and forth with an empty inventory, because that's wasted time, and you're going to be able to make a lot more bars if you're using the time on the way back to take bars out of the dispenser instead of just preloading 260 coal at a time. Let's switch over to the wiki. I'll show you exactly what I mean, and I'll show you the efficient method for each bar type. Cool, so here we are on the Oldschool RuneScape wiki. I can link this page to you down in the description below. But what we were looking at is the different trip layout for the most optimum bar creation. With bronze, you're just going to be doing 1414. Iron, just same as gold, just the full inventory, rinse and repeat. When things get a little bit weird is you're down here to steel. It's exactly what I was showing you earlier. You need the preload, the coal, but after that, you're just bringing 27 iron and 27 coal each time, and every single run, you're gonna be getting an inventory of bars out. Mithril, a little bit interesting. On your first way in, you're going to be bringing 54 coal, which is 27 in your coal bag, 27 in your inventory. And then after that, you're going to be doing 27 and 27 with your mithril ores, 27 and 27 again with your mithril ores. And then on the next one, you're going to reset to trip 1 and do 54 coal again. This is the most efficient way to do it. Adamantite. You're going to shorten the cycle because you're going to be making less addy bars per hour. You're going to be doing your 54 coal, then your 27 and 27, reset, and do it all over again. Rune, a little bit wacky. You're going to be doing 54, then 54 again, 54 again, then 27 and 27, then 27, 27, and then switch it, go all the way back to the beginning and start over. Once again, I'll link this down in the description below because it is a lot to remember just from some guide that you're watching on YouTube. If you need help choosing which bars to make, this actually does have a guide for that on the same page, so once again, link down in the description. But you can see your EXP per hour for each method and then your GP per hour. So for Rune, you can make over 100k EXP per hour and over a mil GP. Super nice method. Gold is also super duper fast. A little caveat with this, I just did a lot of blast furnace. This is pretty unrealistic on the north end of this. You're almost definitely going to be getting this or slightly less. If I helped you at all, don't forget to like the video, hit me with a subscribe, and I will see you next time.